Alright, for episode 2 of LOADin, we have Sam Bush. Sam, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you so much. We at the old Rock House here.
Right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Sam, so we'll just jump right into it. You're from Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I think we know that you're a Cardinals fan.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about growing up in Bowling Green as a Cardinals fan?
Absolutely. I am fortunate. I'm one of the fortunate ones that I got KMOX reception.
Awesome.
And so a really happy day for me as a farm boy. Grew up on a farm. And, of course, I learned early in life never to tell my dad I was bored. Because he'd go, really? Well, we'll just find something to do right now. And so on a good hot summer day for me would be the fact that there would be a groundhog eating our garden. And I would get to camp out about 50 yards from the hole with a scope on my .22 rifle under a shade tree. My job was to get that groundhog because he's eating. Because we raised our own food and ate our own. We had beef cattle, and there was more than one groundhog. But I learned early on if I hit it too quick, well, I had to go back to work. Sure. So I'd be sitting up under a shade tree with a jug of ice water, listening with my transistor radio in one ear to Harry Carey and Jack Buck. So, and this is in the '60s, and so it was just a great day, man. Be listening. There's Stanley Frank coming to the plate, and just great memories.
Who's some of your favorite players from back in that time?
My favorite Cardinals in life are Musial, Ozzie, and Albert. And
so how does a Cardinal fan from Kentucky turn into a mandolin player that's now playing St. Louis and across the country in Telluride?
Isn't that wild? It's my parents' love of music. My dad and mom loved music, so I, very fortunate to grow up in a household where music was not only loved but encouraged. And so I can recall our dad, like when he'd be taking us to a basketball game. Well, I had two sisters, Claire and Janet, that were learning to sing, and Pop would. Basically, I can't remember, one of the songs was I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry by Hank Williams he loved. And he'd make my sisters get with him and learn and teach them. So I guess, he knew more about it than he probably let on, that he was teaching the girls harmony, and I'm just sitting there listening. So I became a harmony singer as a kid. And so in the house we had a mandolin and a fiddle. And my dad loved listening to fiddle records. He loved country music. And then, so the mandolin I picked it up, and he listened to a fiddle record by a guy named Tommy Jackson. And Tommy would have a mandolin playing in unison along with him on certain melodies. And I really love that sound of the fiddle and mandolin together. So it's no surprise those are my two main instruments, but mandolin and fiddle. And so just loving that, and then the love of the mandolin led me to find out more about bluegrass, because bluegrass is where all the great mandolin players were, except for Jethro Burns and Homer Jethro, who was the jazz mandolin player. Sure. So I learned to love the bluegrass mandolin players, and it kind of led me there. My dad was a country music fan. I was the one that loved bluegrass.
Sure.
And so it, that just led to me learning mandolin, fiddle, started playing guitar along the way, and electric guitar in high school rock bands. And I was thinking about going to college in Bowling Green, Western Kentucky University. It was a violin major, but before school like a week before registration was supposed to be, I was working as a busboy in the Holiday Inn in Bowling Green, and a couple of guys came down from Louisville that played in the band Bluegrass Alliance and asked me if I wanted to move to Louisville and play mandolin 6 nights a week, and that just sounded a hell of a lot better than what I was doing.
Right. So where does Newgrass come into play? And can you elaborate on that term a little bit?
Well, just in that the band I was telling you about that I moved to Louisville to join, Bluegrass Alliance, We came, and now that was in 1970, and then by the fall of '71 rolled around, we had a falling out with our fiddle player. Wanted him to leave the band, only to find out he owned the name of the band.
Oh.
So then we just said, well, let's put it this way: the four of us quit.
Right.
So we quit that band, and we're the original guys that started the band Newgrass Revival. And so with that group, I mean, we were just really just playing it the way we felt it. We didn't try to change bluegrass, but it was already obvious that bluegrass is well represented by Bill Monroe and the traditional side. And we were already influenced by people who had departed from bluegrass, like the Osborne brothers and Jim and Jesse, the Dillards, and the Country Gentlemen were our favorite groups, and John Hartford as well, influenced us to try different things. So we just kind of played it like we felt it, and over the years, I guess we've stayed together 18 years, so people just started calling, they would just call us Newgrass, and then before you know it, they just started calling the music we played Newgrass. So
that's gonna be kind of a cool feeling.
It's a good thing we named our band Newgrass Revival.
It works.
If we'd have said Crabgrass, they'd call it that. But the most fun I have is playing with my band, and so we're starting this trip here tonight at the Rock House,
That's
and
awesome.
On our way out west, and we're just glad to be here slugging it out. We've got a great young lady opening up for us, Jenny Lynn Gardner.
Yeah, she's wonderful. We've had her here a couple times, I think.
Yep, I've got many good youngster mandolin friends, and
On your
Jenny.
wing,
Well, I just
you got some chicks up your sleeves?
I got nope. My tricks have all fallen out of that sleeve a long time ago. No, but I'm just glad to be in there. That I'm still up and running, and I get to hear. I never thought I'd be saying it from this point of view, but that I get to hear and appreciate the youngsters, the young players, because that's the exciting part of music. If we don't have great young players coming up, music doesn't progress. And because now, when I hear the young mandolin players and fiddlers, I'm learning stuff from them.
Right.
So it's just all part of the circle of communication.
So other than your mandolin, what's something like on your hospitality rider that you just can't live without every day?
I would like to have some Perrier water. I don't know. It's nothing. What's on my rider that I can't live without? A monitor system that works. And we have one here at the Rock House, so I'm pretty happy.
Well, good, man. Sam, thanks for joining us. Is there any plugs you want to do, social media or website or anything?
No, just thank you for having us at the Rock House, and continued success here, because it sure gives us guys from out of town a nice place to stop and romp and stomp with these folks. And my only regret is that it's not baseball season, but then again, I'm working tonight anyway. But our one regret I have this year, which is a pretty easy one to live with, is that I'm working too much in March to go to spring training, because Lynn and I usually go.
In Jupiter right now.
Roger Dean Stadium, I'd be there. I got some pictures. Want to see some pictures of my phone of me and Flat Matt Holiday. I love to take pictures with the flat, so I got one of me and Matt Holiday, and I go, see, the players just pose with you at spring training.
Right.
They go, really? You know Matt Holiday as well? I know this one. So thank you, Rock House.
Thank you, Sam. Appreciate having you tonight.
Thanks.
I got those.
Yeah, we got. I love it. What we got this time? Cool, man. These things are like. As a baseball fan, a Cardinal. You kidding, man? Steve Goodman used to have one, and it would say position SS, which of course stands for shortstop.
Right.
But in his case, it was singer-songwriter. So Goodman had made one. Oh, here we go.
There it is.
Ooh. And Shelly, our friend that did the photography for this, is here tonight.
Is she?
Yeah, Shelly, because she's going to love this. Cool, man. But Jenny, I'll make sure Jenny gets some of these too.
Oh, definitely. We got some for the whole crew.
Great.
And all the dates you played the old Rock House.
That's so cool. All right. See, friends, not everybody gets this. You don't just get baseball cards everywhere. Thanks.
Sam.
Thanks.